Hello, and welcome to this video on installing Invantive Query Tool for Windows. Today, I'm going to demonstrate how you install and configure the Invantive Query Tool on your PC. Let's start by opening your internet browser and navigating to www.invantive.com. Now we click on the Download section. In the Download section, you'll find a number of software packages. These downloads are available in demo or free versions. The Invantive Query Tool is located almost at the bottom of the page. It's here, above the third-party downloads. There are various versions or editions of the Invantive Query Tool. The big green area here labeled One-Click Install is the stable channel. On the bottom right, there is a beta and a dev channel. The beta and dev channel may include little tested changes. When you need to install the Query Tool on many PCs, you may want to install an enterprise deployment version. This is a zip file containing all files to easily deploy the Query Tool within your own local area network. In this case, we will use the one-click install of the Invantive Query Tool on the stable channel. It's a very small download. Now I clicked where it popped up here on the screen, and it will start the full download of the software. Click on Run, then it will start downloading. Most Invantive applications use Click Once technology from Microsoft. It's a very simple way to deploy software in a LAN or a WAN. Click Once will also automatically upgrade the software when a new version is released. In this case, you can see it's a demo version on the stable channel. But don't let demo confuse you. It's a free, well-maintained product. You can click on the hyperlink shown for more information on the publisher and the software. Now we click Install. The installation will start. It downloads the files it needs from the internet. During an upgrade, it will only load the files that have changed. Because it updates efficiently, you won't have to re-download files, and it'll reduce your bandwidth needs. The Invantive Query Tool may find that prerequisites are missing from the installation on your PC. In that case, it'll ask you to install additional software, like a Microsoft VSTO add-in for Microsoft Office. This PC received all updates from Microsoft, so no additional ones are needed. The application starts automatically. It runs a so-called discovery of database and application services. The discovery queries the internet and local network looking for available data services. In this case, you will find a large list of available applications and databases. Newly discovered data services are marked with a blue ribbon on the top right side. Let's go through them together. At the top, you have a list of Invantive Web Service-based data services. These are cloud-based services which can either access a database, an application, or something else, such as a web service. If available, it will also discover Microsoft SQL Server instances within your network. When you are running on Microsoft Terminal Server, it will even discover your server's internal SQL Server instance. It also discovers databases like Oracle RDBMS using a number of wizards. For instance, it analyzes the tsnnames.ora file and extracts the Oracle services from it. The same holds for IBM DB2, Universal Database Edition, Oracle MySQL, Teradata, and Microsoft ODBC data sources. In the case of MySQL and Teradata, you see a yellow exclamation sign. The sign indicates that the applicable driver for this technology is not on the PC. Some database technologies require a driver provided by the supplier of the database. For instance, Oracle makes available a so-called .NET data provider for Oracle MySQL. You can click on the exclamation mark. Invantive Query Tool Discovery will open the web page for you to download this connector. Okay, now back to the application. In the Discovery, you will also see blue refresh buttons. They are these blue circles on the right side with white arrows in them. When you push them, the software again investigates whether any new data services have become available, or if they have moved to a new location within the Internet. Also, you can manually define your own services as a database service, or as an Invantive Web Service-based service. You can enter the specifications of the connection here. All fields have an explanation of what it is when you move your cursor over it. Oh, one thing to remember. Invantive products have an authentication mode. This can be either the default authentication, which is the database authentication you are probably already familiar with when using query tools, or you have application authentication. It specifically targets a middle tier that does the authentication. You don't need to worry about database authentication in that case. You'd only select application authentication mode when using a product like Studio, Vision, or Estate from Invantive, or a product supplied by a third party that embeds Invantive Producer technology. You can also change the definition of an existing service by clicking on it. In this case, I have opened the properties for the service Invantive Vision Demo. You can see here that this one has a different layout with some different fields, and that is because it says Web Service. Let's close this one. And now let's click Save and Continue. You go to the screen you'd normally see when you start Invantive Query Tool in the future. Here you can select one of the available data services. As you go through them, you will see that in the blue section in the middle, the background information changes. In case you want to go back to Discovery, you can click on the blue Discovery icon to the right of Connection here at the top, and the list of available data services will update itself. You can enter a username and a password, and you can ask the system to remember the password entered. The remembered password is stored in an encrypted file on your local disk. Finally, you can use a checkbox to automatically connect when you start the software again. Some connections, like Demo MySQL on Corporate Public, have a predefined and enforced username and password. This is one of the properties you can define on a data service. Finally, on the top of the window, you can see which version of Invantive Query Tool you are running. And on the bottom, you see a big green login button. Let's click that one. And now we're connecting to a MySQL database located somewhere in the cloud. With the initial connection, a number of data elements will be loaded into your PC. These can be images, a number of translations, or a list of available objects such as tables and views. When you connect to Exact Online or other cloud applications, it will be a list of available web services. This was installing and configuring the Invantive Query Tool. For your convenience, there are also a few videos on using the Invantive Query Tool on this channel. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please go to www.invantive.com or send an email to info@invantive.com.